Today's guest is a daytime television star, and he's in 5 movies. But he uses his talents of acting, singing, and songwriting for a greater cause. He started Elevate, a non-religious nonprofit whose mission is to execute an educational, inspirational, and entertaining program for the purpose of helping teens avoid risky behaviors and achieve their dreams. It is an honor to have Anthony Preston here with us today.
It's an honor to be here. Did you see that?
Sparkles. That never worked before.
Did that
Anthony, hey, wow. Hey, tell us, so you've been an actor since...
15 years.
15 years.
Yes, sir.
So the bug bit you. Tell me when you thought, I've got to act.
I believe the apex of my career was I was a tree in a nativity scene for a Christmas play. No.
You're scaring me.
Well, I was a kid, and I was watching an episode of Speed Racer with some friends, and the cable cut out, and everybody was freaking out wondering how the show ended. So my dad had a motorcycle. I put the helmet on and came back into the living room, and I just pantomimed the whole thing. And I've spent the majority of my career trying to top that performance. You know, everything has sort of fallen just below that, but that's kind of when the bug kind of bit me. And then in college, and I'm from the Midwest. I mean, the closest thing I got to a beach was a volleyball court. So I came to California, and I thought, when I came for college, I said, how can I spend as much time by the water as possible? And I realized there was this, if I signed up for the school play, I could miss so many hours of class. And I was just trying to do the math to figure out if I do this and get this many humanity credits, I can actually skip this much school. And I actually got cast in it, got my first agent out of it, and ended up working in New York after only being in California for about 6 months. It was really strange.
You did enough calculating to probably get a degree if you'd
I know, you should have honorary credits for that, right?
Did you skip your homework?
Well, you know.
I'm hearing a heart for youth here, young people.
Yeah.
You must have a heart for them. And what is it about these millennials today that makes your heart go, I got to help? There must be some pain involved here that triggered you.
There is, and I'm amazed at a couple of things, one of which is the amount of self-worth that is derived from social media. I look at that and I think about the amount of time that's spent doing that for something that is completely, it's illusionary, it's not real. And yet so much of our millennial culture identifies their self-worth, their future worth, and their self-esteem from what is posted, liked, and not liked. And they look at the things that their friends are doing, their community's doing, and they literally are impacted by, why I want to do that. How come I'm not doing that? I wish I was doing that. I guess that means that I'm this thing because I am or am not doing those activities. Wow. The second thing is, and really the genesis of why I decided personally to become an advocate for things like youth outreach, was Tyler Clementi. He was the Rutgers University student who committed suicide. And the reason he did was because someone videotaped him doing something, decided to post that up online. He was so mortified by that he decided to take his own life. And I was like, how is it?
Goodness gracious.
How could somebody, what is the power of a medium like film that causes a person to feel like their life has been so immortalized or epitomized by this one thing that they have to now remove themselves from the earth? I thought, what if we took that same medium and we actually use that for good? And I thought,
to inspire.
To inspire, educate, and entertain.
Wow.
Was essentially what we decided to do.
Explain Elevate and what was the fire behind getting that going?
Well, 8 by nature is we know 7 is the number, biblically speaking, is the number of completion. 8 was always in the Bible the number of new beginnings. And it's amazing to me at how many people I had met under the age of 18 that pretty much had decided for one reason or another, their potential, their dreams and aspirations were pretty much nil because of one decision they had made by the time they were 18 years old. And so I said, well, then the first thing we need to do, I've seen too many programs like what we're trying to accomplish that essentially they're a list of do nots. If you do not do the following, you will be successful. And I thought, I don't understand how we're supposed to garner success from something that's literally a list of limitations. I think if we shift focus onto potential, onto self-worth, onto value, onto second chances, number 8, you know, that energy, that adolescent energy, it's only misguided when they're doing foolish things, but it's the same energy that got us to the moon as a nation that we won the space race with, right?
Yeah.
It's just not channeled right. But if you can take a person out of a a bad relationship, off social media, and out of doing things like, recreational drugs, you can take that same energy and funnel that into creativity, and those kids are amazed at what they can accomplish.
Yeah, and let them know, hey, you failed, but let's start again. So, hey, we'll have more with Anthony after this quick break. Stay tuned for a Cut the Nonsense segment about an organization that is doing the exact opposite of what Anthony Preston is doing with Elevate. We'll be right back. My wife Serena has joined me as we continue talking with actor, singer, songwriter Anthony Preston. I love this Elevate concept. There's more going on. Tell me more.
I didn't want to do a one-hit wonder. And what I mean by that is I'd been part of the national speaking tours where it was just one talking head after the next. And if I was a teen watching, I'd be like ready to take a nap. It's a 90-minute show now that starts off with our band, which is called Circle Sight. It segues into the first spoken word artist, a very humorous scene about prom, into a series of different speakers, and ends with a awesome, very transparent question and answer portion. I wanted it to be interactive. I feel like teens get talked to and not talked with, and that's the problem I wanted to solve.
So do you feel like they are interacting? Are they eating it up? Oh, really?
Extremely,
Okay.
and most of the time, the number one comment we get is, we've never seen anything like this before, which is both inspiring and sad to me at the same time.
Okay, and did I hear 90-minute events?
90 minutes. Anything that's entertaining it should go by fast. It shouldn't feel like an hour and a half. It should feel like this is an experience, and that's really what Elevate is.
You know, earlier you were mentioning, you guys were talking about negativity and how to combat negativity.
Right.
What do you teach the kids? I mean, you're doing this event, but how do you teach them how to combat that negativity that's really multiplied in social media? Everybody
wants to solve the problem of what's wrong with today's teen, right? Mm-hmm. I find that problem gets solved if we focus on how to give them goals, give them identity and self-worth. I find that they are transparent on their own about making their own decisions. I watch when we do the scenes in the show, and you can see in the audience the light bulbs go off when they say, I am that person in that circumstance, in that situation, and I know the choice I need to make now. They're not stupid. The only thing they need is inspiration. And they need inspiration from people that care about them, want to take the time out of their day to do it, people that are cool and young and hip and doing interesting things in their lives. And that's what really inspires them. We combat the negativity, I think, with saying, look, you're 18 years old, you've made some mistakes, but this is a fragment of your life. You can define your destiny today. Your past doesn't define your future. You show me your friends, I'll show you your future. There's any number of different things we use. We use the $20 bill analogy. I can jump up and down in it, fold it in half, tear it up, ball it up. It's still worth $20. And that's your destiny and future. No matter what you've been through, you can make a decision to still be and take advantage of all that you're called to be and do.
Boy, with all the bad influences, it sounds like you're really turning kids to right the ship and go in the right direction. Hey, I hear about your single, your new single.
Collide.
Collide.
Collide is like anything else we've sort of gumped our way into.
You did? Really?
We did, like peas and carrots, didn't we? We did. It was one of those,
your line,
let's have a collide.
Let's have a collide here. It was one of those things where the show needed something. It needed each year we try to do something different. And I don't know why this falls on me all the time, but it needed a theme song for the next season. And I wrote something. And just through some serendipitous channels, it was one of those things where it got picked up by a brokerage company that's now selling it to TV and film. But it was originally designed just for the show. And what I try to get all the artists to do is not only contribute their time, but contribute their gifts. So for me, it was my music. For other artists, it's their social media platforms. It's their following on different on the shows that they're on. It's always trying to create content to give to the teens, because I never wanted to say, hey, the world's bad. I wanted to say, look, there's alternative programming out there. Look at our artists. They're equally as gifted, equally as talented. Buy their stuff. So the thing with Collide is all the proceeds actually go back into
So
the
when
program.
someone downloads, I've never downloaded a song, confession. When someone downloads Collide,
those proceeds go
to
back into the program.
into Elevate.
With Elevate,
Okay.
It's semi-unique, and it's because our volunteer base is so great. All of our operating expenses and budgetary line items are actually, the majority of them are all go straight into programming. There's very little for administrative cost or overhead. It all goes to the speakers so that they can go out to do their job. It goes to the schools that can't afford, if they can't raise enough money. It goes to the kids.
Okay, this is good. Okay, now,
Yeah.
hey, Wild Hair, I find $100,000, I'm thinking, wow, I want to give this to Elevate. How do lick a stamp? How do we do what?
There's several different outlets for that. There's the donate
And
button on the
we'll
website.
post this.
Donate button on the website, elev8-x.org, elevatex.org. There's a donate button there. You can give through checking account, you can give through PayPal. You can send an email to our executive director, Ruth, R-U-T-H, at elev8-x.org, Ruth at elevatex.org.
Good, and that's
Help
great.
those kids.
Hey, it has been so great to have Anthony Preston on today. You know, it's people like Anthony that really change lives for the better. If you want to help Anthony, go and download his song, Collide. Every dime goes to his charity, Elevate. Also, if you want to know more about Anthony, go to his website, anthonypreston.com. We'll be right back with an exciting edition of Global Connection.
Great, Jake. Take this. Oh, spirit fingers.
Share.
Please pass it on. Don't be selfish.